Okay. Am I live here? Okay. Thank you. Wow. Can't I see my screen? Oh, there we go. I was wondering. Hey, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? What's up? What's up? Yeah, I'm live on Instagram. I think I'll do more Instagram lives. Have a pretty nice following on Instagram, so I think I'll do more Instagram live. Especially if I could save these lives. Hello from Texas. Hello, how's everybody doing? What's going on? What's up? What's up? Get my adjust my phone here a little bit. Good. How's everybody doing today? Good. Panama. Good. Panama. Panama. Which car? Oh, this is my E46 M3. The car, the lottery winning car, the car that I won. I bought when I won the lottery. This is the car I bought. This is my first car. I always have this car. Great. How are you guys doing today? I'm from South Africa. Hello, hello. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? Good. Guys, remember, we have a raffle going on. You can check the Quantum Chosen One podcast. Sonny's setting that up. The top prize, you get $1,000 or get to meet me. Come to Miami, hang out for the day. If you want to play the lottery, you can meet me and Sonny here in Miami. She'll come into Miami. We go hang out. If you play the lottery or just want to know more stuff about the universe, pick my mind. We can do that. It'll be fun. So enter it. I think it's only PayPal. I think it's $25 per entry, but it's for a good cause. It's going to help awareness, create more content, get more stuff out for you guys. It's just another way to give back, right? You guys can manifest me. Hopefully I'll meet you, Brianna. Yes, Brianna, hopefully I can meet you too. Definitely. Yes, so you can check the link, the Quantum Chosen One podcast channel there. She has the link there. So it's good to go. Yeah, so today let's talk about don't make this manifesting mistake. There's a common mistake we make, many of us make. And I want to help you to understand something that may it will actually help you to see more results and get you to where you're going. Like there's two mistakes people make, right? One of them is I talked about this yesterday. I think I said going from 0 to 60 like real fast. Some people will go like, they don't go 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. They go 0 to 60. What do I mean by that? Well, once someone discovered like how their mind works and like, you know, they can have anything, like, man, oh, I could really create what I want by design. Oh man, it's awesome. So they go right for the home run. But the thing is, you gotta understand, guys, is that yeah, intellectually you want to go for the home run, but your subconscious mind don't do that. The subconscious mind has beliefs that are stuck. So someone will say, for example, let's say you were someone, you want to manifest more money in your life, right? And let's say you want to manifest, you believe you could make $1,000. Let's say $1,000. And you say, okay, let me start off with $1,000. That's good. But you don't do it like, okay, $1,000, but why 1,000? Let me just go to $1 million. It's not going to work because your mind don't believe that. The only way that's going to work is you have to give your mind some evidence that it's possible. So that's why I say it's best to go in increments. Build your belief that's comfortable for you. That's how you're going to expand your mind and create neuroplasticity. Most of us, we just discover like, oh man, I just want $1 million. I want 50,000. I want 100,000. I want this. I want the perfect relationship. I want to have a soulmate. But they don't believe it because they have, first of all, they haven't done the work themselves. They haven't worked on themselves. They don't even trust themselves. They don't know who they are. And then that's why Patricia says that creates resistance when you try to go to 0 to 60 real fast. So why do people do that? Why do people just they jump the gun and go for the big goal? The reason why we do that is because we think we can do it. That's it. You just think you can do it. And that's okay, because your mind can think and it can process. Another reason why we do that is because the mind is desperate. The mind is very desperate in its complexity, the conscious mind, that is. And the reason why the conscious mind is desperate, because it thinks it has limited time. Your conscious mind runs on a time system. Your true self, there is no time. It's always eternity. It's always now. It's always happening. There's no time. Your ego believes like things are going to run out. So you're going to say, we got to go get the big thing now. Which is nothing wrong with getting the big thing now. But you only can get the big thing now if you believe it. So most people don't believe. When I'm talking about a belief now, I'm talking about a deep subconscious thing now. Remember now, if you know how this stuff works, right? You know that your desires and your wants and your awareness, those are stored up in your conscious mind. But your true beliefs are held in the unconscious or the subconscious mind. And that's where the problem is, right? So you gotta make sure to go at your own pace to build your beliefs. This is Killer 678-954. Mark, I have had an evolution from seeing single, double, then triple numbers to seeing 4, 5, 6 digits, for example. Yeah, I've experienced that. That just means you're in sync and you're moving towards more alignment to your goal. What is the difference between visualization and meditation? Okay, when you visualize something, this is what it's supposed to be. When you're visualizing something, that is you directing information out to the universe to tell the universe, your mind or whatever, this is what I want. Meditation is now the universe talking back to you. So it's two different communications. That's the difference. When you visualize, you're given information. When you're meditating, you're receiving information from the universe. So that's why when you meditate, notice meditation is a quiet mind state. You don't have anything in your mind. You're quiet. That's because you're listening for information to come in from the universe. When you're visualizing now, you're giving information out. That's the difference between meditation and visualizing, if done the correct way. A lot of individuals, they do meditation, but they mix it with visualization. So you're not really meditating, you're visualizing. The only time when you're truly meditating, guys, if anytime you're seeing any images or things in your mind, you're visualizing. When you're meditating is when you're in a state of stillness in the moment. Meditating is a state of focusing on bodily functions, listening to your breathing, your heart rate. It's zoning out. It's not deliberately putting images in your head. You're just open, your eyes are closed, you're watching the little spots in your eyes. That's meditation. Anything else you do with images, you're visualizing. I manifested thousands on horse racing, ready for the next level. There you go. I felt like I won the lottery when I saw this. There you go. You have. It's all about your belief. Universe definitely talks to us in numbers and codes. Please tell me what you think about religion. It's a business, a corporation. That's what it is. Religion is someone else's story, it's not your story. Can you meditate with sounds? You can meditate with sounds. Some individuals can meditate with sounds because they need to get their mind relaxed. Some people can do it in quiet. The more you do it, the better you get. You can meditate. When meditation now, it doesn't have to be like a certain time. You can meditate in a couple minutes, a couple seconds, whatever you want. Sunny is here. Maybe Sunny can post a link, as I mentioned in the beginning here, Sunny, about the contest. You can post a link for our viewers here, our tribe, to sign up if they want to get in the raffle. It definitely keeps you stuck in fear. See how that works? You know, our next mistake we make when we want to manifest stuff is we try to look at time. Time will really mess you up, man, because it doesn't exist. Like the way time works and the way you and I work is two different things. You know, we have this concept that we have like a day, a year, a month, that we have, you know, we've been conditioned and we've been programmed to see things as morning, noon, night, hours, days, minutes. It doesn't work that way, guys. That's something kind of we made up. Everything what's ever happening is happening right now in the space around you, right? So our ego, though, your ego doesn't have that awareness or understanding about it. That's where the problem comes in. So you got to understand that. That creates resistance because you're always going to be in a state of need or desperation. Yeah, you don't need a time frame on meditation. Meditation, just do it, and when you feel it, you can let it go. Just do it in the moment. Just do it in the moment. Yeah, Sonny has to paste the link for the contest. Is it possible to manifest money by just visualizing and talking and taking no action? Yeah, that's possible. It's possible to do that because the money will come from unexpected sources. Raffle link is in Sonny's bio, guys. You go check it out there. I just had a thought. Okay, what's your thought? Mark, did you have a lottery number synchronicity where you saw the numbers you play all in one place, like a news article, or no, I won that? Yeah, that happened to me one time. I seen that. There was a number I was playing. This number, I think this number was 4744. I think it was maybe 3 weeks or maybe a month before the number came out. The number appeared. I was on the YouTube and I was surfing or something, and I ran across a video, something about cars, and I was looking at the car, and the car license plate it was 4744. That's when I knew that, okay, this number's getting ready to come out. So the universe works like that, man. It's crazy, right? People, it's crazy how this stuff works. And when you start to like plug out of the matrix and you start to plug into your true self, you start to see reality in a different context. You start to see reality like how the movies played the reality, right? You start to see reality as like this game type thing, right? These numbers follow you. You see synchronicities. It's like weird stuff happening, right? Sometimes you can't even believe what just happened. But it shows us that every one of us, we have story. Our lives are stories. Right now, you're telling a story. Your life is a story. What is a story? A story has a main idea. A story has a plot, script, characters, actors, right? That's your story. So think about this. What is your story? Stories come in two parts. There's only two parts people can play. People can be a victim or they can be a deliberate creator. That's it. That's the only two genres that exist in our existence. You're either living on a victim mentality or you're living on a deliberate creator mentality. That's it. I mean, you could add anything to it. You could put money in it. When you're living on a victim mentality, you're in a state of lack. When you're living on a deliberate creator mentality, you're always in a state of abundance. Because victim mentality is never about you. See that? When you're in a victim mentality, we take the blame off and try to put it on someone else. We feel sorry for ourselves. So that takes us out of the game. When you're a victim mentality. Now when you're a deliberate creator mentality, you know this movie is all about you. You know that you're responsible for a lot of the stuff that come in your life, and then you know you can change this stuff by changing your mindset, man. That's how it works, guys. Mark, are you on Telegram? I have a Telegram account, but I'm not on there. And I saw this on my YouTube channel. There's this, I don't know, bot or scam people going around using my photo and telling you guys, hey, what's up? I'm on Telegram. That's not me. If you follow me, you know how I roll. So it's not me. So a lot of you guys are smart, so don't follow that stuff. I deleted some of them, but they're on my YouTube channel commenting as me telling you, hey, follow me on Telegram. I have something special for you. It ain't me. You'll only find me, you know where to find me. Here, YouTube, regular stuff, right? Some say what? Some say be specific about the amount you want to manifest. Others say loosen it and be open to whatever comes. Which one? I would say be open to what you want, but have a blueprint. You don't have to have a specific amount, but you can have a blueprint amount. You can know, like, okay, this range, in the $50,000 range, $100,000 range, $1 million, whatever. You can have that range. You don't have to be like, I need 60,000 to da-da. It's the intention is what gets it done. The intention is, okay, the lifestyle, you know, remember, guys, you're very smart, man. Your mind knows how much money it would take for you to get to your goals accomplished. Your mind knows that already. The reason why your mind knows that, because you're thinking about it and you're visualizing it. So your mind, your subconscious higher self knows the exact amount of money it'll take for you to get what you want. So that's what I would just focus on, just to open on the abundance of it. I took part in a dance competition. I won first place. I was bombarded totally 1 week, 77888. Yep, usually when you're gonna get a manifestation, is gonna come for that. Yep. Comments are coming in here. See how that works, guys? Hey Mark, you and Sonny are just great. Thank you. Thank you, Dylon, right? Yeah, someone is pretending to be me on Telegram. So it's not me, so don't sign up for anything if you see comments or anything like that. The only time you know it's me if you see a pinned comment. If there's a pinned comment by me says pinned, that's me. If you see anybody commenting underneath it, even with my picture, it's not me, and I'm not doing anything on Telegram. So don't sign up. Don't get scammed. Don't go get scammed, people. And yeah, you can report all fake profiles. If you see someone doing that, report them as fake, man. Yeah, like the movie, you can direct it. You can direct anything in your life, people. There's nothing. Everything we do, we give ourselves the go or the not go. But you know, the thing is, you think you're being controlled. Like, you think that you don't have control, right? You think that a lot of control is outside of you. That's done deliberately. It's done like that. That's how you were brought up or taught to raise, you know, from a little kid, because you're always looking up to authority figures, your parents, teachers, bosses. So we were trained to be like subordinate, or, you know, to higher figures, and that takes you out of like focusing on yourself. So we always look to someone else to show us the way, to tell us what's right to do, you know. So you never got to understand that I can just do this stuff the way I see my life going, because it's your life, you're living it, you're the one having the unique experience. You have a subconscious mind just as powerful as anyone else, and you can use that subconscious mind to create any aspect of reality you want, because reality, again, I always, you know this, it's a facade. Quantum physics shows us that reality doesn't exist until we observe it. And repeat that. In quantum science, your world doesn't exist until you pay attention to it. It pops into your reality. It does it so fast you're unaware of it. When you take your attention off of something, the quantum theory says that thing doesn't exist anymore until you bring your attention back. It pops back into your consciousness. And that's because when something is not being observed, it's in the true nature of reality. And that is called, what is that? That's known as a superposition. It's a wave function. So when something doesn't exist, the true nature of reality is wave function. What is a wave function? A wave function means all possible outcomes exist simultaneously, but they exist in what we call probabilities of existence. In this world, in a multiverse, a parallel universe, they all must exist. And the reason they all must exist is because of the frequency or the amount of particles that you and I have, or the amount of particles that exist. And the way particles work, even though the universe is infinite, particles are not infinite, they are finite. So when you rearrange a particle, it must come back and repeat the same pattern over again with enough time. And we have more than enough time, we have infinity. So it says that you and I are replicating somewhere out there, and every possible position, situation is happening right now. And that's what reality is in its true state. And it takes a conscious observer, person with a mind, to activate it. And when you look at something and you pay attention to something and you put your focus on that something, you're going to see more of it and get more of it in your life. Now you can do that two ways. You can do it deliberately, or someone can do it for you. Someone can program you for you and you don't even know it. That's what's done through television. It's called tell lie to your vision. That's what's done through the movies. That's what's done through your news channel. That's what's done through social media. They program you without your permission. And when they program you without your permission, it's so subtle. They do it in a way that you can see reality, and then your reality becomes their reality, because that's what they're projecting to you. That's why you have to be careful with what you watch, what you put your mind on, and stuff like that. What's the best way to manifest quickly? Getting clear on what you want, why you want it, how you make you feel, and then visualizing it. That's how you get clear on that stuff. I found an ATM with lots of 2008 banknotes with 888. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, good stuff, people. Is it possible that mirroring synchronicity and the loss of a passion of doing it and the bad things going on happen at the same time before manifestation? That's quite common. Just how the universe works. When something's about to change momentum or energy, you're going to experience what looks like a very chaotic point in your life. It's going to look like everything is being upside down, but things aren't actually falling apart. They're actually coming together, but you can't see behind the scenes. But that's the normal way a lot of stuff works. And it's like this you don't know this, so you don't know what you don't know, so you're gonna react a different way. Thank you. Let's see. How can I step into the reality of the richer version of me. Okay, if this is it. If you want to see like a particular version of yourself, I'll ask you this question, because now you know that there's a version of that. There's a version of any possibility of yourself exists. It's somewhere out there in the field, in the quantum field. We know that, right? So how can I tap into that version? What do you think how do you think you can tap into it? First of all, how do you tap into things, period? How do you get stuff to come into your life? You do that through your mind's eye, right? Through like seeing an image or visualizing something, right? So that means if you want to tap into the version of yourself, you have to be able to see that mental image of the type of person you want in your head. So someone says, hey, how can I tap into the rich version? What does the rich version of you look like? You ought to know that. Once you figure out, okay, what's the rich version of myself look like, put it in your head, see it in your head. Once you can see a version of yourself in your head, people, you know what's happening there? I wonder if anybody knows what's happening. If you could see a version of yourself in your head right now, what do you think's happening? How's that gonna come into your world? Or is it possible to come into your world? That's the $1 million question. What is seeing a version of my head? What is this guy talking about? I see things in my head all the time, but what's so big? If I could see myself in my head, some people can see themselves in their minds in first person or third person. But I like to know, I just said to you, if you can see the version of yourself in your head, it will become the version of yourself in your real world. I'd like to know, how do I know that? I'm asking you that question. Or why does it work that way? Someone says frequency alignment. No. Though frequency and alignment are states of being. Someone says if you see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. Yes, but my question is, why? What's working there? What is the thing in my mind that's making what is the thing that makes me see a vision myself in my head, and what makes it pop out from my head and comes into my real world? That's my question. You all know it works. You've done it before. But what's the inner workings of that? Why can someone sit here and they may not be in a financial position they want, but let's say they visualize or they think about or even write down the life they live, what they're wearing, and they can see themselves going places. Why, when I do that, it matches my worlds? Like someday I will be that version. What causes that process? What is the inner working of that process? Who is controlling that process? Who's making it happen? Let's create momentum. Give it a new look. Alright, so I'll tell you the answer. Yeah, Sunny has the raffle link is in her bio. Check out the raffle link, guys. You can meet me and Sunny first in Miami here, or second prize $1,000. Alright, so here's what happens. So anytime you go in your head and you see something in your head, right? It's a part of in your mind is called your unconscious or your subconscious mind. So that part of the mind, it controls your cells in your body, right? So every cell in your body has a job. They have a particular function they're doing. Some cells digesting, other cells are keeping you breathing, some cells are creating reality, right? So what the subconscious mind does, in your subconscious mind, there is no reality like we see outside. Your subconscious mind just sees things as information. And anything it sees in your head, like if you do it for a long time or over again, it's going to assume that's new information that it needs to run as a program. So when someone can see something in your head, like a type of lifestyle they want to live, and they do it over and over, that's going to get impressed in the subconscious, the computer. When the computer is like a computer, when you get impressed in there, it's going to run a program, and the program it's going to run is what you see as your reality. That's why that stuff you see in your head, it comes out. It's all through the unconscious mind. And then if you understood the bigger picture, what I'm saying in this, then I just showed you that there is no reality, only information. Information is what we compress to see reality. So reality in itself is, like I said earlier, is just information of different possible outcomes or probability of existence. And then when you lock onto it, it becomes a definite thing. Even when it's a definite thing, it's still an illusion. Like, so that's why when you see something in your head, it comes in your world, and then it goes even deeper than that. So what does it says? It says that the world isn't really out there; its world is in you. So I think that. So that's why when someone asked the question earlier, that's how you get your the rich version of yourself. Subconscious doesn't know, only understand visuals and feelings. That's correct. Subconscious sees symbols, metaphors, smells. Like, those are language of the subconscious. You can communicate and get stuff to be impressed in. Does anyone know how to impress the subconscious mind? Mark, what are you manifesting right now? What are your wants? Is it new things or more of what you have? I'm in a state of contentment and just flow state right now. There's nothing that I can think of that I would want. So I'm just in that state right now. Can someone tell me, what was that question? Because I lost my train of thought. Oh yes. How to impress the subconscious mind, right? Okay, someone got it here. I am 3 and 0. That's right, repetition. Repetition is the mother of the subconscious. So if you want to impress your subconscious, you got to repeat repetition. What are other ways you can impress your subconscious besides repetition? Can anyone, other ways you can impress the subconscious besides repetition? Because there are more ways you can impress the subconscious. Mark, what about quick picks? Can you talk about it, please? Yeah, quick pick is just when the computer randomly picks the numbers for you. I think the numbers are, 70% of like all top prize or wins usually generate from quick picks. I find photos and screenshots of things I see is helpful. That's correct. So another way you can impress your subconscious is, right, you can do subliminal messages. You can impress your subconscious through hypnosis. You can impress your subconscious through talking out aloud, not talking in your head, but out aloud. You can impress your subconscious by getting out of your comfort zone, by forcing yourself to do new things. Those are ways you can impress your subconscious mind. See how it works? Gratitude, you can impress your subconscious. Visualizing, you impress your subconscious. How about the ego? What are things you can do to impress or change your ego? The conscious mind. How do you get your ego to be cool and calm? Like, how do you get your ego to stop worrying, doubting, and all that, to talking? Anyone knows that one? How to quiet the mind, the ego? How to get the ego? Wait, did you know that your ego is like your subconscious? Did you know that your ego can be programmed too, right? You know that, right? You can program your ego. You can actually reprogram your ego so you don't have less fear, doubt, and worry, right? Did you know that? Vince to the bone. Yes. So the most effective way, listen, this is the most effective way to silence, to get your ego to, someone says shut up, to get your ego to shut up, or to get your ego to be quiet, or to get your ego on board. This is the most effective way, guys, is you have to talk to yourself out loud. You have to engage your own mind. When your mind says something negative, you have to talk out loud back to it and tell it what you want it to say, or tell it to be chill. You don't do it in a berating way, you do it just like you're talking to a child. That way your ego will start to change. That's the most effective way you can do it. You're not going to change your ego by talking to it in the head. It's not going to work. See that? The reason why you do that is because your ego isn't used to you talking out loud to it. That's going to come as a shock to the mind. When the mind hears you engaging itself with your own voice, the mind goes into a state of shock. State of shock means that whatever the mind is doing, it drops it, and it's surprised that you are talking to it. And that state of shock is that little moment you need to direct the mind to change it, because the mind will stop whatever it's doing. If it's bothering you, if it's telling you negative stuff, when you say, hey, relax, it immediately will go in a state of shock. It will drop those thoughts, and then you can tell the mind what you want to bring in there. This stuff that you don't learn in school. You can try it. You can see for yourself. If you do this enough times, you notice your mind will be less engaging and more relaxed. And that's what you need. Now look, there's something very important about your ego, though. Did you know that you need the ego directs your subconscious mind? In other words, if you don't, let's say if you want something to manifest, your ego have to agree with you that it's possible. Keyword now. Your ego have to agree with you that it's possible. Only when your mind thinks it's possible, it's allowed to go to your subconscious to create it. If your mind don't think it's possible, it's going to be very difficult to get to your subconscious to create it. Anyone knows? Does anyone know why that is? Well, the reason why is because one mind can't create. It takes both minds to create. What do I mean by that? I mean, once you agree that something is possible, your subconscious will more likely agree as well. That's called alignment. Anytime you can get something into the subconscious from the ego, once it touches your subconscious, it's no longer subjected to any negativity or any downplay. It's going to go right there. Someone asked me, how do you talk to yourself out loud? You talk to yourself out loud just like you're talking to someone else. If you're at home and you're chilling and your mind is attacking you, you talk out loud, like you say, hey, relax. Depending on what's going on in your head. Hey, only positive stuff. Listen, everything's gonna be okay. That's how you talk to yourself. Hey, stop. Don't bring that here. A good way to get downloads to win from the universe. higher self is to meditate. Practice meditation, the authentic way to meditate, right? Which is to silence your mind and just like get into your breathing and stuff. You can use, another way you get downloads is by listening to subliminals. Subliminals can bring about downloads. Do you still play the lottery? Yep. I saw 77 today. What does that mean? Miracles are on the way. Things are close to manifest. So, remember, guys, you want to. So, you don't have to convince your mind that it's going to happen. You just got to convince your mind it's possible to happen. That's all it takes. All your mind wants to know that there's an outlet that I can get my goals. That's all your mind wants to know. Do I ever see, Mark, do you ever see anything that was supernatural or to a lesser extent something physical like an animal that you know something like an angel was using as a channel? My animal is seagulls. Yeah, I've experienced supernatural stuff. I've experienced like, what is it? A flamingo just landed on my car in the middle of traffic. The day when my grandmother passed away, that the car seat moved by itself into a position that she used to sit in because it had the memory seat. When someone sits in there, it automatically, she adjusted the way it is, and then the car adjusted itself that way. That's when I knew she passed. How do you manifest a high-paying remote job? Seeing it in first person or third person. Visualize. Writing it. That's the way to manifest 90% of things in your life. And then you do what? Repetition. Repetition. Visualizing. That's how you're going to get a job. That's how you're going to get the money. That's how you're going to get the relationship. That's important. You got to do that. But then you got to go, then that's the first step, right? Visualizing, repeating, right? And that's the first step to manifest something. Then once you start doing that, then it's going to automatically move you to the next step. Which is the next step now is assuming a state of being. That's the next step, your state of being. What is that? The state of being is now you're going to become aware of what you think, which you should know what you think because you're visualizing it. That will now become what you feel or how you feel. How you feel in the moment determines whether you're moving towards what you want or if you're moving away from your whatever it is you're manifesting. That's why we have feelings. Feelings just serve one purpose, people, to tell us that we're going towards it or we're moving away from it. Once you can do that, voila. I keep seeing 111. That means either you're in the right place at the right time, things are lining up for you. That's the meaning, one meaning. The other meaning means that you're focusing a little too much on maybe something that you don't want, or your thoughts are not congruent with positive stuff, and it's reminding you that you are manifesting what you're thinking about. So it's like a reminder to say, hey man, start focusing more on what you want because that's what you're going to create. I did that one technique you talk about and one, but the ego and the subconscious blocks it. That sounds more like a subconscious thing. That's why you got to remove your blocks. With CERN supposedly opening up portals, do you feel any changes coming? Nah. With the CERN thing, they aren't actually opening portals. It's not enough energy to open portals. The CERN thing is like a lot of confusion about that, right? Let me clear it up for you. So what they're doing at CERN, they're trying to figure out what was before the universe, what was before the Big Bang. The Big Bang is like when we discovered like how the universe began. But again, the Big Bang wasn't the beginning of the universe, but to us, it was a point in the universe. So what they're doing is they're smashing these particles together. What they're looking for is decaying particles coming from a parallel reality or another dimension. So they're looking for evidence now of parallel worlds. So they're not going to open any portals, because even though they turned the machine up, it's still very low compared to like Mother Nature. For example, you have this thing called like cosmic rays. You know, the sun, when the sun shines on us, you know what UV light is? That's when when you get sunburn, right? That's because the sun has what's called UV light, which doesn't work good with our DNA, right? So that's why we have an atmosphere, right? An atmosphere protects most of the UV light, but some of it gets in. That's why if you go to the beach and you stay too long, you get sunburn. You know what sunburn is? Sunburn is actually when you look at your skin, you get sunburn. What actually is the DNA in your cells have been blasted up. They've been messed up, and they start to mutate, and that's how you get sunburn. And then if you get it really bad, or you get cancer, because now the DNA mutated and it copies itself as a mutation, which creates new cells called rogue or cancer cells. That's how people get skin cancer. The sun rays cause that. The UV light cause that. So every day we're being constantly bombarded with these UV rays, and they're called they call them sun rays, or just UV rays, or whatever. The name was on the tip of my tongue. I'm just thinking. Ultraviolet radiation, or cosmic rays. They're called cosmic rays. So what happens when the cosmic rays hit our atmosphere, right? They bombard the particles, and they actually create portals more than CERN. So every day there's portals being opened up, but they're quantum portals. They're so tiny portals. So the CERN thing won't create a wormhole that people think, or a black hole. It's just not, the energy is just not big enough. It's just enough to smash it to see other particles. So you can go to sleep and you don't have to worry about, like, some people say the gates of hell opening up. No, ain't none of that gonna happen. That happens every day. If that was the case, then every day gates of hell will be opened up, because the sun, when the sun hits the atmosphere, it has 100 times more power than CERN. So why isn't portals opening up then? I think that the CERN thing, a lot of people like ran with it, and because people had fear, so they just ran with it, and just to get people to be confused or just whatever. But yeah, things have been changing regardless of CERN. So CERN has nothing to do with it. What CERN is doing, guys, they're just looking for particles to show the existence of a parallel universe. So how does that work? So when you smash particles together, you're going to get the antiparticle. So if they're going to discover, sometime they're going to discover an antiparticle or a new particle. And when you discover an antiparticle, it can only mean it's coming from another dimension. Hence, a parallel world or parallel universe. Did I get any signs of a nuclear war? CERN's opening up? No. So don't worry about that stuff. So you can go to bed and sleep. Let me tell you something. There's a better odds of a meteorite hitting us and destroying the Earth than CERN opening the portal. That's so that's pretty remote. Josh says, stop rapping. Should I change the specific things I need to keep my frequency high? Yeah, the thing, look, not really your frequency you want to keep high. You want to keep your vibration. The frequency is already set in the universe. You don't manifest by frequencies, you manifest by vibration. Frequencies are set up already. So the thing is your vibration. The higher your vibration is, the more likely you're going to reach your goal. I'll repeat that. The higher your vibration is, the more likely you're going to reach your goal. Did you know that? It's so, it's really simple. I'll tell you, listen, I'm going to tell you two things. If you do these two things, just these two things alone, man, you're going to be in the 90th percentile to reach your goals. So 90%, you're going to be, now let me rephrase it that way. Okay. If you do these two things, you're going to be guaranteed 90% to reach your goal in, let's say, 5 years. Just by doing these two things, I'm going to tell you. Reach your goal, whatever your goal is. So I'll test you first. Let me see how smart you guys are. What are these two things that you can do that will guarantee you that you'll reach your goal 90% in 5 years or less? If you do these two things every day, you're guaranteed to reach your goal. You don't have to do a lot of visualization. I mean, you got to know what you want, though. Yeah, you got to know what you want. But someone can, let's see if someone can deep think here. Two things. You can do these two things and I guarantee you'll reach your goal. It takes like 60% of the work out the way. Some people don't get sunburn, that's right. Stay optimistic. Okay, that's good. It's interesting. Maybe that's the third one you could add in there, but there's two bigger ones. And I'll explain to you. Write down your goals, be confident in them. Yep, that's true. So you guys are talking about like action, inspired stuff. But I'm talking about two things that anybody can do. If you're not even into like the universe or anything, and you just do these two things right now, you're going to be 90% more to reach your goal. Okay, let me tell you what they are. So here's the two things. The first one is, if you get at least 6.5 to 7 hours of sleep a night. Repeat that. If you get 6.5 to 7 hours of sleep every night, you're guaranteed to reach your goal in 5 years, 90%. The other one is, if you cut down on alcohol, you're guaranteed to reach your goal 90% in 5 years. Now the question is, why? So you're telling me if I get 7 hours of sleep every night, and I cut down on, if I drink alcohol but I stop drinking it or I cut down drinking a lot, I'm going to reach my goal in 5 years. There's a 90% chance I'll reach my goal in 5 years. And I'm here to tell you, yes, 100% yes. Now let's see, can anyone tell me why? See how simple that is? How many people know that? Not all of you. They don't even teach you that in school. See now let's see why. If I get 7 hours of sleep every night and I cut down on alcohol, you're telling me I have a 90% shot to reach my goal in 5 years, and I say 100%. Because what's going to happen? Let me show you how it works. Let me show you how this stuff works. We reach our goals based on information or downloads. The reason you're going to get to your goal is because your mind is going to give you new information to make you reach the right people, to get the right connections. The only way your mind is going to give you information, your brain have to be working at an optimal level. When you get at least 7 hours of sleep, the brain actually recharges, you get new cells that are created, hence you're able to see more of reality. Reality now doesn't shrink. You are able now to see more reality. If you see more reality, you're going to see more opportunity. You're going to see more downloads. You're going to get more contacts. That alone is the biggest thing. Imagine you can get up and you're going to see new opportunity you never saw before. You're already at your goal just by getting 7 hours of sleep, man. Okay, the alcohol thing. You cut down on the alcohol thing now. That goes hand in hand with the brain cells. Now, the cells in your body, they have polarity. So when you have polarity in your cells, they're balanced. When you don't have too much alcohol, they're not inflamed. They're not inflamed. They have more energy to put out to the universe. Hence, your vibration is up. You're able to see more reality. Within less than 5 years, you'll be able to reach your goal because the thing you couldn't see before has opened up because your brain now is operating up. I'll make it simple and easy for you to understand. It's like when you buy a car. If you buy a car, a high performance car, the high performance car has like the compression in the engine is different. So it can't take regular gas. So when you buy the car says on the car, it says 89 or 93 octane or whatever. Because when they created the car, they knew what powered the car. Same thing with your brain. Your brain says 6.5 to 7 hours of sleep minimum. So it's like you're putting like regular fuel in your brain by getting under 7 on 6.5 hours of sleep. The car, if you put a car that's designed to go high performance and you put regular unleaded fuel in the car will never reach its goal. You waste all your money for the high performance. The engine's gonna knock. Soon your car is gonna be repaired. See how that works? That alone will get you to manifest easier. That's it, man. But you know why they will never tell you this? Who knows why this will never be told to you or put out in public information or blasted all over the internet? Why do they want to tell you this stuff? Because if they start to advertise to you guys that if you get 6.5 hours to 7 hours of sleep, you know how much less sickness the population will have? You know how much less anxiety and depression you will have? You know how much less you'll be needed to go to the doctor? They don't want you to know that stuff because then they can't sell you the drugs, man. You can't go to the therapy. You can't. They're going to lose money. It's a business. You're going to have less disease. Because here's the thing about your body you don't understand. Did you know every 2 years you have new organs in your body? Every 11 months you have a new blood. Did you know that? Every 2 years the stem cells, the cells in your body regenerate. You have new heart cells. You have new lungs, you have new liver. Did you know that? In 2 years, right? Just in 11 months, the entire blood system in your body is renewed again. It's like new blood. The body is a continuing to what? Repair itself. When you can get at least 6.5 to 7 hours of sleep, man, that's when the body's at optimal time. Your brain now has more power to go out to the universe. Now you get more information, inspired action, and you reach your goal faster. But if you get under 6.5 hours of sleep, that car ain't gonna run right. That guy's gonna come past your very nice, expensive sports car that's designed to go 0 to 60 in like 3 seconds. He's gonna pass you, man, because you're putting in crappy fuel. And then not only that, the car's gonna break down because the way the engine is designed is high compression and needs this fuel. That's the way your brain is designed. Your brain is a very high performance machine. You have to know how to feed it. You have to know how to optimize it, man. And if you can get at least 6.5, 7 hours of sleep a night, you are 60% there to manifesting your goals. Did you know that half of the world's population, is sleeping less than 6 hours? Did you also know the less hours you sleep, the less longer you will live? You get at least 6.5 to 7 hours of sleep, you will live longer. You get under 6.5, your life expectancy shrinks by 40%. Did you know that? Research is showing that. It's out there. But I always wonder, like, why don't they put this out in the mainstream? But I mean, I know why now, though, because it's going to take away a lot of money from, like, you taking the drugs you need to cure your insomnia. You can't go to get the therapy you need, because when you lack of sleep creates more cortisol in your body, creates more depression. Lack of sleep creates less focus. Lack of sleep creates ADH. Lack of sleep creates less focus. And remember, all these things you need to manifest, people. So I just showed you, like, these two things right there. I just gave you like $1 million. I just gave you $1 million formula to manifest, man. If you just do those two things, woo. Then the other stuff you can do now. Now you can, like, visualize more, focus more, and voila. But do you guys see how that works, right? Does that make sense to you guys? Because remember, we manifest and we create with our brain, right? Our brains, like, you need an optimal brain, man. You gotta have the highest, for you to be a high achiever, for you to get, like, the higher self to talk to you, the receiving machine gotta be working, man. Remember, we receive information from a source through our brain. Our brain has waves, and brain translate information to our subconscious. So if your brain isn't on optimal operating, you know, man, you're gonna be struggling, man. Yeah, all the young college students are sleeping less and overloaded with caffeine, and that's by design. That's why you have all these now. They have energy drinks, Monster, Red Bull, the billion-dollar company, billion-dollar industry now, because it's driven on that. They're not going to tell you got to get 6.5 to 7 hours of sleep, because then most of you guys will heal yourself. You want the significant drop in, like, death, sickness, mental issues, all of that by just doing that one thing alone, man. Just one thing. So if you're watching this now, you know, adjust your sleep cycle and you'll see more results. Now there are few people there are exceptions to this. There are exceptions. So there are some individuals that they can, the way their body is made up, and they can get 5 hours or 6 hours, whatever, and they'll be fine. But that's very tiny. It's not like, the majority of us aren't like that. So you will know who you are based on how you feel, like what you're achieving in your life. You'll know what level you're at. You'll know, like, okay, I need a 6.5. Okay, or hey, I'm good. I'm manifesting all what I want. So I know I'm maybe one of those persons that could go on 5 hours. There's some people that can do that. But if you want to know where you're at, just look at where your life is, and then you can adjust, like, man, I haven't been getting enough sleep, da-da-da. Everything they taught us is a lie or a setup, but we have knowledge. We got to move smart with optimism. That is true, Josh. Different. All those stuff, by that alone, man, you can propel your manifestation to the next level. See that? That's powerful right there. Very powerful. My fiance thrives off 5 hours, but I'm the type of person that needs at least 7 hours. Right, so there it is. You have some people that can do the 5, but about 90% of people need 7 hours or less. 90%. So there's some people who can thrive off of 5. Their body's made up a little bit different. But yo, that tip right there, man, will change your life right there. It'll change your life right there. So that's how you can raise your vibration. And then when your vibration is elevated, that's when you're more likely to attract what you want. How long did it take you to get to this mindset? Right now, where I'm at, like 4 years, 5 years now. 5 years to get to this mindset, man. 5 years. Sleeping for the weak is BS. Yeah, that's what they do. They put that out. I'll sleep when I die. They're promoting like less sleep. They're promoting like more this, that, da 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 da. But your quality of life and your life expectancy shrinks, man. Plus, when you sleep, people, you enter different dimensions, man. When you're sleeping, you're in like a parallel world. You go into another universe. That's where you can get more information. You get new insights, man. People don't understand that. Because when you sleep, you're going to dream. When you dream, you're accessing other dimensions of other different parts that your physical conscious mind can't comprehend. And how do we know this? Well, you know this because when in our awakened state, when you're awake and you're walking around, you are only seeing 1% of the information of reality. 99%, let me put that in, 99% of the reality is hidden from your senses. And when you go to sleep, you're able to tap into that 99% hidden reality, because that 99% reality can only be tapped into from a different source of awareness, which is in the unconscious mind, because the unconscious mind now has access to infinite intelligence because it doesn't have any cap. It's very very powerful, and that's where you access that other dimension. So it's actually good when you get sleep, because you get a lot more downloads and you actually get to go into different worlds, see different people, meet new people, new experiences, and even get information to bring back to this world to help you. Right? After realizing you are chosen, you got to be really careful to take advice and listen to your gut. Yeah, the parallel universe is real now. What about naps? Naps are like little fuel stops. Naps will help you. They help you. But if you can get a constant 6 hours, that'll definitely help you. Naps do help though. So if you're someone, maybe you get 5 hours. If you can get a nap during the day to get like an hour and a half, you should be good. This is a lifestyle, man. This isn't like a fad now. Once you learn how the mind and the body and the way the universe works, you have to change your whole lifestyle. The way that I'm showing you guys is the way you are naturally made to work. If you watch anything else, it's not the way you're made to work. If you're watching the news and the TV and all this stuff, they're not going to teach you the way your mind, body, and work. They're not going to show you, like I call it, the owner's manual for your mind. No one's going to ever show you that. They're not going to put that out on the mainstream. How can they? If they show you the correct way how to manifest, how to use your mind, your body to affect reality, you don't need them. So they're saying like, man, if I show people this stuff, it takes power away from us. There's no control now. We're going to go down. So this stuff, you will never ever find it in the mainstream. You're gonna have to go search for this knowledge. This knowledge requires you to search, which is unfortunately sad, but that's the way it is. I tell everyone, when they find knowledge like this, they've won the lottery. Because when you know something like this, you're not going to unknow it, and then you're going to use it to change your life. You literally like win the lottery. It's like a cheat code. Because it's not going to be out there, but yet, most successful people, and more people that are in power, they know this stuff. And they do it themselves, but they're not going to tell you. They're getting 6.5 hours, 7 hours of sleep, but they're not going to tell you that stuff. They're going to tell you to make it seem like they just out there all day doing stuff. See how that works? yeah, if you can do that alone, and I'll give you another one that will greatly enhance your manifestation. Greatly enhance your manifestation. So now we know about the 6 to 6.5 minimum sleep. Now you know that if I cut down on alcohol, I'm good. This is the big one right here. I think this one takes the cake, man. Because with this one, you can reverse your aging. You can slow your aging down. With this one, you can actually remote view. You can astral travel. You can astral project. With this one, you can gain psychic information. With this one, you have super high intuition. With this one, you'll be able to access what is it? You'll be able to access I'm thinking of some I'm processing right now, some stuff coming to me. With this one, you'll be able, I just glitched. With this one, you'll get more inspired action over and over. What else this one does? I'll tell you what it is. Yeah, with this one, yeah, I mean, all those stuff right there is like, take the cake, man. So can someone guess what's this one? What is this one? We know the sleep one, we know the alcohol, so what's this one? With this new habit that I'm going to reveal to you, you'll be able to astral project, remote view, you'll be able to see more, feel more. Intuition will be super heightened, super downloads like crazy. Be more positive, you'll be more optimistic naturally. You'll have less sicknesses, you'll live longer, you'll slow your age down, you'll actually reverse aging. Can anyone tell me what this one is? Anyone tell me what this one is? Take a guess. Someone said something here. Mind, heart, gut. Okay. That's right. 2 people got it here. 2 people got it. Who is this? 2 individuals. Let me get them here. Simone Arco 03 and Copper Love 13. Fasting, but not fasting, but more intermittent fasting. You can make intermittent fasting your lifestyle. If you can intermittent fast, all those benefits I mentioned to you come right up. What is intermittent fasting? I've been doing intermittent fasting now for 3 years. Intermittent fasting is where you eat less, but eat less in small portions, and then you cut off a particular time where you don't eat. Intermittent fasting is like you have 2 meals a day. Or intermittent fasting is your last meal is at least 4 hours to 5 hours before you go to bed. If you do that every day, like for me, example, I eat at maybe 9-10 breakfast, and then my dinner is at 2 p.m. That's it. I don't eat anything else. So what are the benefits of doing that? Well, the interesting thing about that is this. So scientists now recently discovered what's called the intrinsic nervous system in the human body. So they discovered this. This is a recent discovery, actually, maybe 4 years, 5 years. It's called intrinsic nervous system or intrinsic system. And what they discovered was that the gut has a pathway that it communicates to the brain. And the gut also not only communicates to the brain, but the gut also have similar things like the brain has brain cells. The gut has its own mini brain in there. And the interesting thing about the gut is what produces most of those neurochemicals, endorphins, serotonin, dopamine, DMT. Actually, well, it produces some DMT, but 90% more DMT is produced in your lungs, actually. But the gut produces a fair amount of it. And these chemicals are the driving force that create our reality, because these chemicals are what turns your brain on to experience, to see, to feel, to get things into your reality. Your gut does all that. So when the gut has less food to digest, the gut can do its optimal work, which is producing chemicals to enhance and balance the brain, and also to reduce inflammation and all these damage to your body. Because the food we eat nowadays, they aren't like the food our parents ate like 30 years ago. Most of the food we eat now have GMO. They are not organic. They're just full with steroids and pesticides. So it's not like our parents when our parents were eating. So your gut has to do more work now to fix itself, which makes you less likely to manifest, man. Because if your gut is busy processing these foods that the body's not used to, it's going to spend less time producing neurochemicals that your brain needs to enhance your life. So when you have that in your gut now, especially when you go to sleep, if you have your last meal like 4 hours before you go to sleep, man, you'll become an expert in lucid dreaming. You'll start astral traveling, projecting. You'll get like psychic dreams because the DMT is being produced. The brain now is interacting with a different dimension. It's picking up information that you wanted but you couldn't get before because you didn't. Your body is spending time, and the gut affects your brain now, because now when your gut is digesting all this food, man, the brain too is digesting the food. Did you know that? Because most of the stuff now your brain is using trying to get rid of. So that's more time your brain spends trying to help your gut digest stuff. That's less time you have that you could be manifesting or creating, man. And then the good thing about it too, when you intermittent fast, man, it reverses the telomeres on your DNA strand. The telomeres are stuff that make us age. Studies have actually shown this. You shrink your telomeres, which you literally slow down your aging process. In some cases, you reverse it. Cells in the body heal themselves. Your lungs become younger. All that stuff. By just developing the mindset of doing intermittent fasting. Not regular. You don't have to fast. Fasting is where someone can go 2-3 days. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking intermittent fast, where you still eat, but you limit the amount of food you eat, and you limit the time before you go to bed. That's a lifestyle. Imagine how much you can accomplish you start doing that. Does it matter how you break your fast? Should you break your fast with fruits and vegetables? No, it doesn't matter how you break your fast. You can break your fast with whatever. Because by that time, the bodies are like revitalized and set itself up. Less is more. Less you eat, longer you live. Because it's less damage to your body, man. It's less free radicals. Free radicals are what destroys your cells. Free radicals are like when the food we eat, the chemicals and all those stuff, they create free radicals, which are like bombs. They explode and they damage the cells in our body. And then your body takes more time to repair those. More energy. More time to repair. That's more time to prepare than you have to manifest. So your body's in a constant state of like preparing itself, and eventually, man, the body's gonna get to a point where it's gonna break down, man. So I do intermittent fasting as my way of life. Every day. Breakfast at 9, dinner at 2. No, I don't eat anything else. And the beauty of this is your body gets used to it, man. At first, it's gonna feel weird because your body's gonna be like fighting and you're gonna get that brrr in your stomach and you're gonna feel hungry. But the beauty about the body is it adjusts and it recognizes. So now you can eat, and then after a while, you don't even feel hungry anymore. You just go right through. You burn more calories that way. You burn fat. You release weight. It speeds up your metabolism. See how funny how this works? Think about this. The less you eat, the faster your metabolism gets. Right? That would make sense, right? You think, okay, the more I eat, it will speed up my metabolism. Nah, man, it's the less. Because what happens is when the body gets into... Remember, guys, this is the natural state of the body. And let me tell you why this is the natural state of the body. Because when human beings were evolving thousands of years ago, they only had time to eat maybe a meal a day because they had to go catch their food. They didn't have time. They didn't have breakfast, lunch, and dinner back then. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner and the food pyramid and all that stuff was made up by the FDA, Food and Drug Administration. FDA. So your body evolved to eat less, because that's what you now, because we're in this 20th century, we think your body wasn't designed to eat a lot of food, people. It wasn't designed like that, man. You gotta know how you work. See that? You have this marvelous machinery here. The brain, the gut, the heart, the body, your vibration, and you don't have a clue how it works, man. No, because they don't want to show you how it works. They can't show you how it works, man. But if you go back and look at how early humans became, remember when early humans started, they didn't have breakfast, man. They got up in the morning and they just figured, I'm hungry, and they go kill something and they eat it. And that's probably their meal for the whole day. And back then they were leaner, stronger, fitter, because their body evolved to run optimal. It's only when the Matrix began, they give you this crap stuff about food pyramid, about 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, carb, all that stuff, man. Look, these are preludes to your manifestation. These are going to help you to manifest. That's what I'm talking about, this stuff. Because it affects the ability to put out a vibration to the universe. Someone says, I eat a lot and still skinny, so if I don't eat, I'll be skinny and skin and bones. Well, yeah, there's always a little exception, because some people genetically, they have like a faster metabolism. So you'll know who you are. So if you're someone that eats a lot and your body burns it real fast, then that's a good sign. But most people aren't like that. Majority of people aren't that way. I hear alkaline food is good too. Yeah, the alkaline food, there's a big myth on the alkaline food too. You see, there's this thing going around. Let me show you something about your body. There's this thing going around that you have to eat alkaline food. You don't really have to eat alkaline food, guys. The body naturally alkalines itself. The body has a natural pH balance. Whatever food you eat, the body will come back, neutralize it to match its natural state of alkalinity. Okay, so you got to know that. So there's this thing going around that, oh, I got to do alkaline diet. Not necessarily. You don't have to do that stuff. Now what people do, they try to put a lot of alkaline stuff in their body. Like they drink, like now a lot of these waters you see here, they have alkaline, right? So like example for this water right here. This alkaline water, this water has a pH balance of 7.4. This is around the perfect balance your body produces. This is 7.4. This is perfect. This is natural. So if you're going to drink water, make sure the pH balance is like 7.4 or a minimum of 6.5. Don't drink any water where it has a pH balance of 8 or 9. Don't do it. Most waters are going to have, oh, natural alkaline 9.4 and 8 point. You don't want to do that. And let me tell you why you don't want to do that. Let me show you why you never want to do that. That's why I only drink this water, or water that's at 7.4. Because that's 7.4 is the natural state of your body. Your body's natural alkaline. So check this out. If you're going to drink water of 8.0 or 9.4, here's what's going to happen. You're going to over neutralize the acid in your stomach. If you neutralize the acid in your stomach, your food is going to sit longer to digest, which is going to cause more heartburn, upset stomach, disease. You need the body in its perfect state, so when you eat your food, the correct stomach acid can digest the food. But what people don't understand, when they're buying this water 8.09, you're training your body to slowly digest your food, which isn't good. Now your stomach acid become neutralized. You don't want to neutralize your stomach acid, people. You don't want your food to sit in your gut longer than it has to. Imagine the damage that can do. Again, they don't teach you that. They don't tell you that. You see this, oh man, I got this 9.4, 8 point. And you don't understand you're training your body to do something it's not normally adjusted to doing. See how that works? Do you exercise or work out? I exercise just to keep toned up, but that's it. Did you know that if you do this the right way, you don't even need to go exercise or go to the gym to build muscle? Did you know that you can train your mind to visualize and build muscle for you? Did you know that? Did you know you can sit in your house and you can visualize muscles being grown? And did you know you can get toned up? Did you know that? When you're on that level, that means you don't ever have to go to the gym. You can sit at your house. Now this is only if you apply these principles I'm showing you. That means if you know how your body works, if you know how the intermittent fasting works, if you know how to visualize, if you know how the subconscious works, you can sit at your house and you can actually create muscle by visualizing it. Your body will actually form to the form you want. Now, your body won't be like a bodybuilder or build like huge muscles. You're gonna have to do some weights for that. But if you just want to be like toned and cut and develop muscle, like grow muscle and definition, just to look like your normal body thing, you can do that. Because here's the next big thing you don't realize about the body and the cells. The cells in the body, they have no mirror of the outside world. Cells in the body create based on how we think and how we feel. So when someone can see an image in their head of their body like cut or whatever, the cells in your body that trains your muscles to be cut, those cells believe the image in your head is what you actually are. And over time, you will start to see the muscle and definition. And it will speed up your metabolism, which you'll burn more fat, burn more things. So the food you eat now, you become lean, and you can actually grow muscle and develop all of that stuff without having to go into the gym and do all of that stuff. Did you know that? They don't teach you that as well. But that's next level stuff. You gotta for you to get to that level, you gotta master the other level stuff. But the body is capable of doing it, and does all the time. Because look, guys, the body, you ever heard of the placebo effect, man? Your body heals itself, the body based on belief. The cells in your body, all they do is they replicate based on what you think. That's all they do. They listen to your thoughts, and they're gonna do what you say. If you can go to bed every night and you can see yourself in the perfect shape you want, the perfect body you want, and you do this repetitively, you're gonna impress your subconscious mind, and you'll never have to go work out a day in the gym, and your body will form that shape. But the only way the body will form that shape, though, is you have to get the body back to its natural state, which is the intermittent fasting. Once the body remembers its groove, then it locks in. This is not going to happen if you're like someone that's eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or like eating all the time and like, all right, I'm just going to go sit back. It's not going to work for you because your body isn't primed yet. This is something going to work for someone who's already been on this process, like intermittent fasting. They're getting 6.5 hours of sleep a night. Their body and their brain is in optimal shape. It's only going to work for them. It's not going to work for somebody that has this. It's not going to work that way because everything isn't aligned up. But technically, if you're someone like that, you can chill, you can get toned, you can just... The only reason you need to go to the gym is you just want to go to the gym to get flexibility or just to have fun working out. That's it. But you don't have to go to like bulk up. Or if you want to be like a super bodybuilder or something like that, then you may have to go for that. Right, someone says know thyself. Okay, someone asking who exercise and workout will do it. If they fast, they need fuel for the body. Now, good. I'm glad you asked that question, Joel, because here's the next big thing they hit from you. You will have more energy. The less food you have, the more energy you're going to have in your body. It sounds totally parallel, right? Like, what the hell is this guy talking about? But if someone's smart, can someone explain to me? Because I'm going to show you why. The less you eat, the more energy you're going to have. You're going to have more energy than if you're someone that eats 3-4 meals a day. Tell me why. Like me, I have so much more energy now. I get up every day, my body automatically wakes me up like 5 a.m. I'm like popping out of bed. I only eat 2 meals a day. I have more energy than I did when I was 4 years ago when I was eating like all my breakfast, lunch, dinner. Man, so much energy now. Can anyone tell me why? See, that's what they program you to think. They want you to eat. Oh, you gotta eat. You gotta get all your energy. It's not what you eat, it's how you eat and how frequent you eat. But I'm glad you brought that up. Why would I have more energy the less I eat? Tell me why. Let's see how smart you guys are. I need food. Food is fuel. Yeah, you need food. I didn't say not to eat. I eat, but I'm eat less. But I still have more energy than someone who eats every day. I could go to the gym right now, and I eat 2 o'clock, and then I go to the gym at 5, 7 o'clock, whatever, and I still won't feel hungry, and I still have a lot of energy. And I go to sleep the next day, and I get back up, and I have all the energy. Someone tell me why. This water, I think, is called core water. Anyone knows why? The less I eat, the more energy I have. Okay, let me explain to you why. All right. Here's a secret. Okay, in your body, right? You have what's called powerhouse cells. So in your body, there's a certain cell. First, it was a bacteria, but over millions of years, it evolved and became a cell. So in your body, this is the powerhouse of everything. This is what powers everything in your body. If you don't have this, you're dead. If this is not working right, you're going to suffer from what you call fatigue syndrome and all that stuff. So anytime we eat food, our body digests the food, right? And whenever our body digests the food, we get energy from the food, right? Because as a byproduct, it creates glucose, sugar, which gives us rush, and our body creates this energy. But now the cell house also have to work to make your body digest the food. The more that little cell works, the more it's going to be fatigued, because the more it's expending energy to digest your food and make energy. But the less that cell works, the more it's going to conserve energy. If that cell conserves energy, the energy got to go somewhere. Where is it going to go? It's going to go back to you, which is going to give you more energy with less food. So what is this cell? It is called the mitochondria. Mitochondria is this little cell inside your DNA that produces the energy, your life force to live. Every time we eat, the body digests and the mitochondria digest. So the more food you have, the more your mitochondria work. The less food you have, the less your mitochondria work. And the less your mitochondria work, the more energy it has to displace to your body. Hence, giving you more energy because you're eating less than someone who can eat 3-4 meals a day. Voila. That's how it works. They don't tell you that either. Less is more. So your mitochondria now says, all right, man, damn, I don't have to work so hard. I'm going to chill. The more I chill, the more energy I'm going to have. So all this energy, man, I got to give back to Mark because I don't need all this stuff. It got to go somewhere. It goes to me. And that's when you get energy from your mitochondria is different than the energy you get from food. Let me repeat that again. Energy from food and energy from your natural mitochondria is totally different energy. The energy you get from food will last a little bit. It's like a rush. It's like a high. The energy you get from your mitochondria is a natural progressive state of health or well-being. It's like organic. It's like, okay, do I have organic or GMO? That's what it's like. When the body digests the food, that's like GMO. When the mitochondria is giving your energy, that's organic. So which is better? So when you have your mitochondria working less, it has the ability to store more energy, and that energy passes it to you, and you become more positive, You become more optimistic. And also, yeah, someone writes it, no insulin peaks. That's right. When your insulin peaks, that's where you're going to create like more sugar. You don't want your insulin to peak because it's going to slow your metabolism down. And that's how people get diabetes and diabetic, because insulin, every time you eat, people, it peaks your insulin, which is not good. You don't want insulin peaking, man. More insulin peaks, you're going to have more cortisol. You're going to create more sugar. Sugar is not good. It's not good to have too much sugar. The reason people put weight on is because of insulin. Higher insulin means the body has less ability to shed the weight, man. And every time we eat, your body spikes insulin. You don't want. That's why I'm telling you, the less to eat is better for your manifestation, man. Imagine that. The more you eat, the more insulin spikes up. That's not going to be good on your kidneys, on your liver, because your liver has to process all that stuff. Your kidneys now. The less you eat, you get optimal insulin, man. Because did you know that most stuff we eat, it breaks down and becomes sugar? When you eat rice, that becomes glucose, which is sugar. So people eat rice and all brown stuff and all this other stuff. Your body breaks it down into sugar, and then you drink a juice and you don't even know you have sugar in your body already. That's why I drink all of this every day. So those are stuff you got to learn. That's what I'm telling you. Like, you got to know, like, you got to know yourself, man, in order to be like a full manifester. Like, to make this stuff work really good for you, to be like at the optimal level, because your health is really your true wealth. When you got your health, you can manifest millions of dollars. You can do all that stuff. You can go win the lottery, because the body and the brain is working at optimal level. Now they're direct connection with the universe. Now they can bring in information while at the game over like that. But if your body is not at full health or full maintenance, your manifestations won't be either. You're going to be very inconsistent in doing that stuff, man. So you got to learn your body. And then the thing about, let me show you something. The thing about, once you become a spiritually awakened and enlightened man, your body's going to talk to you like never before. You're going to learn stuff about your body you didn't even realize, man. You're going to notice, like, man, you're going to be so in tune with your body. It's like, it's crazy, man. Did you know, let me show you something. I'm going to show you something that you never knew before. You want to know if you're really healthy? Let me tell you what a sign when you're really healthy. This is when you know you're optimal. Every time, when you get up in the morning, or when you eat your food, you're supposed to hear your gut growl and digest the food loud. You're supposed to hear like, growl. If you can't hear any of that, you are not in full health, my friend. People think when they eat and you hear your gut growling, it's bad. No, you're at optimal health. Most of the food you eat suppress that stuff. So if you're someone, every time you eat, right after you eat, you hear that big sound like, and then you could hear like your stomach acid going like, when you could hear the acid being into your gut, or when you get up in the morning, you hear like, I don't know, if someone around you saying, man, why your gut always making noise? That means you're optimal health. Your body's working right. Your body's working right. I'm telling you, they show you backwards in the Matrix. Oh, your stomach is making noise. Something's wrong with you. Go to the doctor. Oh, nope. That's why they're gonna mess you up. That's what your body works. When you could hear your body, it's a good sign. It means that everything is running optimal health. It means you have energy to do that stuff. Now, if you can't hear your gut digesting the food, okay, now you know, man, okay, I gotta put some work in here. That's something I learned I didn't know before. Because when I started to do intermittent fasting, that started to happen to me, man. I was like, what the hell's going on? And I found out I'm back to my natural state. It was weird hearing my gut and hearing like chilling. And after you eat, you know what you know. As a matter of fact, you know when your body starts to digest the food, because now your stomach starts to, you hear your stomach going shh. The stomach acid is secreting out. You know, you're like, damn, this is so cool. I know the exact time frame when my body's digesting my food. Wow. That means you're connected. That means now you know how your body works. And let me tell you something else too, man, where a lot of people don't manifest, they fail to manifest. You know, before, like, I used to eat with like a spoon and all that stuff, but now, you know, I eat most of my food now, I eat with my hands when I can. Of course, you keep my hands clean. And the reason I eat with my hands now, like if I'm going to eat rice or something like chicken and all that stuff, I don't use a fork anymore, man. Make sure my hands are clean, and I take my chicken and I pick it up like this. Take my rice and I scoop it up like that. And I eat with my hands now. And the reason I eat with my hands now, because I discovered that on my hands there are billions of bacteria, probiotic bacteria, that as soon as I touch the food with my hands, it sends a neurochemical signal to my taste buds, which makes my mouth water more, and it starts to activate the stomach acids in my gut so that I can start the digestion process more faster. When I use a fork, it blocks the electrochemical signal from these bacteria. I didn't know that. And when I realized that, I was like, damn, why nobody taught me this? And I was like, damn, no wonder they don't teach people this, because silverware, the business of silverware, spoons and forks will go bankrupt. Restaurants will go bankrupt. But the reason that happens, people, is because over millions of years, human beings, when they used to get their food, they used to kill their food, right? And their food used to come from the dirt. They used to eat dirt. Dirt had all these bacteria that are called the good bacteria, and they're the bacteria that protects and helps your gut to digest. Your hands have these bacteria naturally on them. If you don't believe me, go look at the research, read it for yourself. The minute you eat with your hands, the body starts the digestive process very quickly. Your taste buds increase, your food gets wet, your stomach starts to create the stomach acid, and as you eat the food, these bacteria now go in, and it helps digest the thing a lot faster. That's how you're supposed to eat naturally, man. That's how the body works. But again, you know what the Matrix do? They show you this because they say, yo, you have to have etiquette. They just do it because they want you to look good. You gotta use it. Look, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not telling you to go to the public and just go like a caveman. But I'm just showing you what works. That's all I'm saying to you. You're gonna do whatever you want to do. But that's how it works. When I'm eating my food, that's how I eat. Even when I go to a restaurant, I make sure my hands are clean. If it's something that I have to use a fork, I'll cut it. That's something. But if not, I'm putting my fork down. I'm eat right in front of whoever's there. I don't care. I'm gonna do it civilized, because I know that's how my body works and all that stuff works. That's why I see people in Western tradition, they eat with their hands. Like Asia, India, all those individuals, they know this a long time ago, thousands of years. You see, they eat with their hands. But those are just some stuff that you can learn about the body and see how it works. Right? Yep, that's why some tribes up until now, they don't use any tools to eat, because your hands are naturally made like that. You don't believe me? You can go test it yourself. Go use a fork and try to pick up a food and notice the difference, and then use your hands and look how fast your taste buds, you start saliving, your body starts, because your body now, it's communicating. The bacteria on your hands, they communicate through what's called neurochemical thing. They send chemical signals like Wi-Fi. They talk to each other. By the way, that's how all your cells talk in your body. They send like Wi-Fi signals to each other. They send neurotoxin chemicals that go into the air, and they pick up the chemical, and they know what to do. That's how it works, right? Indian culture teach only to eat through hands. Yeah, because they know that. Yeah. But you got to make sure you're going to do this practice. You definitely got to make sure your hands are clean, people. So I'm not just going to pick up food. Like my hands are clean all the time, because I have like sanitizer, good stuff. I wash my hands a lot because I know I use my hands to eat. So you got to practice that as well. Sunny, it's more fun too. Yeah, it's more fun. And guess what? It's more fun, and the food tastes better. Your food is more enjoyable that way, because your taste buds get enhanced. They become more sensitive. which means now your food tastes better. See that? So it's like a real powerful thing. Yep. I've never done psychedelics. But soup. You can do the same thing with soup, man. You can put the soup in a cup, cool the soup down, and just drink the soup. Can you say why it's good to eat with your hands? I just joined. Yes, because within your hands are what we call prebiotics, or in the gut you have probiotics. So there are bacteria that's living on your hands that help to induce and digest the food. It communicates with the taste buds and the stomach. So when you eat with your hands, your body, the food is prepared to digest, which is what you want. When you use an instrument like a fork, you block that communication. So the food goes in your gut now, there's a delay in digesting the food, and you don't want food staying in your gut too long. So when you eat with your hands, there are microbes that are on the food, that also good bacteria that goes into your gut and helps to balance out the gut. And for the record, 70 to 80% of your immune system is in your gut. So you're going to actually be more healthier that way. Let me repeat that. 70 to 80% of the immune system is in your gut. Did you know that? You know what your immune system is that protects you and keeps you healthy? That's in your gut, people. I don't think people knew that. So it helps to have a balanced, probiotic, good bacteria. You see, in your gut has this constant battle going on. You have good bacteria, you have bad bacteria, but they live together. They need each other. They have what's called a symbiotic relationship. A symbiotic relationship means I'm doing something for you, you're doing something for me. But you have to have the balance there. If you have too much bad bacteria in your gut, you're going to suffer from a lot of like gassy stuff. You're going to be lethargic a lot. You'll get a lot of brain fog. It's going to affect your mental ability to focus. But when you have the good bacteria in your gut now, and this is on your hands here, and the probiotics, of course, good bacteria in your gut now balances it now. You have more optimal energy to focus and manifest more in the universe. So there's a requirement. I'm not saying like you got to go be like a super nutritionist and all. This is just stuff I learned. I'm passing it on to you. I'm just showing you the tools that you can use to even enhance you to the next level, which is just better overall for you. I'm just showing you that. And it's just making you aware of what is versus what they're trying to show to you out there. So you have a body, you have to learn your body, like how I learned my body. And once you learn your body, the body now is going to communicate to you more easily. This is where you can channel information. This is where you have more connection with your higher self. Someone asked me, someone says, how can I connect and get my higher self to be more open? That's how you're going to connect, by learning the body, because the higher self talks to you through the body. The body, right, gives you emotions and stuff like that. And as I said, the food will taste better with your hands, because once you're putting the food, getting ready to put the food into your mouth, like a split second, the taste buds will become oversensitive. And when it becomes sensitive, the food, the flavor and the taste of your food is even better for you, versus like a fork or a spoon. When you use a fork or a spoon, there is no communication between the bacteria. The fork is like blocking the signal. It's like, the metal, whatever it is, the wood, it blocks it. Look, no, this is not a game breaker. It's not saying like, oh man, I gotta go eat with my hands. You can still use a fork. It's not gonna be a big, like, it's not gonna be like, oh, my life is over if I don't use a fork. I'm not showing you that. I'm just showing you if you want to enhance to the fullest level, that's what you can do. So I'm by no way saying that kill the fork and the spoon. No, I'm saying if you want to get the fullest level, that's the road you go to. But you can still do fine with eating with a fork. It's not going to be a big difference. It's really not. But if you want to get to the optimal, then that's what you do. So don't sweat it. If you still want to do forks, you're fine. And it helps your immune system even more, because you're putting bacteria and good bacteria in there. Did you know, like human beings and early human beings, the way they used to, did you know how we developed these bacteria in our gut? Because we ate dirt. Yeah, thousands of years ago when humans were evolving and the bodies were getting ready to evolve, they ate a lot of dirt because the food contains dirt in them. They were scavenging, pick up stuff and dirt. And the dirt back then had all these bacteria which became our immune system. That's for the record, that's how your immune system formed, through those dirt bacteria. And nowadays, of course you can't eat dirt. I mean, the soil now is even depleted more, so it's not even bacteria in there. But that's how we came to have these bacteria in our gut, because we used to eat a lot of dirt. Like, I'm not saying they physically ate the dirt up. What they would do is, the animals they would kill, they would be in the dirt, because at that time they didn't have like a fridge or what you call it, to cleanse it. So they would eat the stuff, and the dirt would be there. And over time, it became in our DNA. So all of you guys, your immune system came from the dirt, from the gut bacteria in the dirt. And on today now, on your hands, there are billions of bacteria living on your hands right now. Probiotics that are ready to go into your gut when you use your hands. When you don't use your hands, you block them a little bit. Mark, are you a vegetarian? I'm not even a vegetarian, so I'm showing you don't have to be like a super vegan to do this stuff. I'm not a vegetarian. Yep. So guys, that's what I want to touch on, man. So we did a good episode of Live today. I think this was over like 2 hours, which is good stuff. But I hope you can get now a better understanding of some of the stuff that you can use to enhance, and you learn some new stuff here that you can put into your little unique ways and styles, to manifest what you're doing. And also, someone mentioned this, Kajal, you have to make sure when you eat your food, chew your food until it becomes mushy. Just don't chew up your food. You got to make sure, and you're going to chew your food, you got to get it as mushy as you can, because that's less for your stomach to digest it. All those little stuff you can do that can add a ton of enhancements to your life and to you to manifest and create more of what you want. So remember, the way to manifest is what? Your health is your true source of wealth. If you don't get the body optimal, you won't be able to manifest too properly. Sorry if I couldn't get to all your questions, Bella. There's a lot of questions here, so I'm not going to get to all. I won't be able to see all of them. But I'm sure, I think I covered majority of those questions here. I'll see if I go through one more time. Questions. What we got here? Your 8-8 subliminal on YouTube. Does that help to break blocks? Yes, that helps to break blocks. Sunny, right? Sunny, our raffle link is in the bio. You could win 1,000 or spend a day with Mark and Sunny. That's the raffle, guys. Sign up. So yeah, that's good. At least, okay. So it's a good thing. When I see a lot of questions, it means that a lot of people are understanding. Seeing questions is good too, but it's also, if you don't see a lot of questions, that means most people comprehend it. You see more like feedback, which is good. Questions are good too. Okay, see that? So I'm going through questions here. I don't see anything. Am I uploading this to my YouTube channel? This is my first time doing like an Instagram live, so I don't know. Can I think I can save this. If I can save this, I don't know. Can I upload it to the YouTube? Because I'll put it on my YouTube channel, so you can watch it again. I don't know. I think I can do that, right? I know I can save this, and then I can save it. I should be able to like upload it to the YouTube channel. What's up? What's up? Oh, someone says you can. Sonny says I can. All right, cool, Sonny. Okay, that's good then. I'll definitely do that. Alright guys, yo, I'm gonna do this more often though, so I'll come on this live and just do some more stuff. So, but thank you for tuning in, and go to Quantum Chosen One podcast or the page. Make sure you get your raffle ticket and sign up. All right, talk to you. Bye guys.